their sound.
Rocky relationships with friends and lovers come and go. 3 to 5 minutes is definitely insufficient for me to explain the trust I have in this long-lasting relationship with this partner of mine. Always been there for me when I needed you most. A whole generous jar of your excellence tucked away in the back of the pantry, reaching out for me to wanting me to be the first one to christen you in the sealed container. Once I pop you open, I can't stop. The feeling of you sticking to the roof of my gums until all that is left behind is an empty jar with a Skippy label stamped on it. Whatever way you come to me that day, whether smooth or a little bit chunky, it doesn't matter to me. My craving for you to smear you over 2 slices of fluffy white bread and indulge is undescribable. You're there for me through the best of times and the worst of times. When I crave you, the feeling of your gooiness sticking to my fingertips, or when I have a bad day, I need to drown my sorrows in an entire jar of your delectable savor. I would turn you into a heartfelt delight, concocted with true love and my own sentiment, grabbing you from the pantry, a whole unselfish jar of your rich and creamy benevolence. In between 2 slices of fluffy white bread, you will lay. After lightly toasting the 2 slices, I immediately smear you all over the bread, giving you a nice warm and smooth texture, a texture as smooth as a baby's bottom. I dabble a stint of jelly, but not just any old jelly. Welch's Concord grape jelly on top of you to give it a nice little sweet kick.
Definitely.
Adding to the great pleasure you already bring me by yourself alone, time and time again. As I slap the 2 slices of bread together, I take the kitchen knife and begin to cut diagonally. 2 congruent isosceles triangles, measured right down to the 1,000th inch. I begin to fantasize about the unspeakable tingle I feel the first time you will strike my lips. Once finished, in a Skippy-induced coma with rushing endorphins in my brain, I take a moment of silence to commemorate a true legend, George Washington Carver, for bringing you into the world. I lie down with joy, a smile on my face, true satisfaction. I reminiscent about our good times, our first encounter, a picnic in the park. I was so happy that day to have an entire bottle of milk next to me, to be able to wash you down after drowning myself in a whole jar of your greatness. Thank you for making my life worth living, peanut butter. Thank you for making me understand and experiment with you and discover the true art form of making the perfect peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Companions for life, and I hope we will never part.